are we doing? Are we on? Right, all right, thanks a lot. Morning, my loves. Now, I'm sorry about the delay. We've had a couple of technicals. Well, the old internet is a thing of its own, isn't it? I mean, it's has a mind of its own. But anyway, good morning from me. Good morning from the curtains. If you're joining us for the first time, it's Recap Saturday. Now, I had a lovely chat with the fabulous Jeanette Monroe last night on her Instagram. I hope it's still there on some sort of a library affair. I'm chatting whilst I'm checking, see if we're going before we start dancing. And if it's still there, have a look, because it was absolutely marvellous. And I enjoyed every second of it, and she's an absolute delight, and it was a lot of fun. And she said she'd be joining us this morning, so hopefully you haven't tuned off because we took so long to get going. But so Jeanette, gorgeous. Good morning, my love. It's recap day, and I found you on my iPad, so that means we're off and running. So apologies about the delay. Technicals, what can I tell you? So it's Recap Saturday. So what did we do? We started off, I remember, in the week with a bit of tap dancing. So we did a bit of that, didn't we? But just the shuffles. Do you remember we did the shuffles? Just that. Right foot shuffles, left foot shuffles. One foot's going to work better than the other. Loose ankles. Do you remember we did all this? We did the time step as well. We won't go over that today, but we'll just try and get back into loose ankles. Next week we're going to do another session on tap dancing. This is a spring change. Spring shuffles here. We're just shuffling the feet from foot to foot. No heels. I don't want to hear heels. Just the balls of the feet, your toes, where the tap bits are, down the front. A tap, 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 a tap, a tap. That's me saying tap because I haven't got taps. But you can understand where we're going with this. So here we go. This is tap dancing. So nice little warm up. So now we're going to go into marvellous tap dancing. Crack that. Let's do a bit of the jive that we did the other day as well. Now we're going to sort of blitz through this. We're going to do a week in a short session. So if you want to have a look at what we did, have a look, go onto the channel and see what we've done previously. It's all up there, and you can spend a bit more time over one of the dances or one of the steps that we've done over the week at your leisure. But today on Recap Saturday, we're going to have a little blast through. So jive, do you remember this? Basic jive. So he goes, I'm going to do the girl steps first because it's my best side. So I go back, replace, and I'm going to do a little chassé to the side and a chassé to the side. You can let the hips go. Look at that. Why not? It's Saturday. Let the hips go. A-ra-dee-da, a-ya-dee-da, a-ya-dee-da. How's that? Not bad? Now, the boys do natural opposite. 1, 2, a ya, ba bum, be dum, ba dum. A back, replace, a sha. The hip can go. If you want the hip to go, let the hip go. If you don't want the hip to go, don't go. A back, replace. I like doing this. If that's all a bit too much, just do the rock. A back step, a 1, a 2, a back step. This is the jive. This is the ballroom jive. Now, I went to a jive club once, years ago, and a lady said, would you came to me, would I like to dance? I said, I'd love to have a dance. So it's like the back end of a pub or something. It's a jive thing. And she said, I thought, oh, marvellous, I can do the jive. Terrific, here we go. And she goes, I do the 40s jive. And I went, oh, good. Away you go. And apparently the 40s jive is not the same as the 50s jive, which isn't the same as the 60s jive. There you go. This is the ballroom jive. I got the fright of my life, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I learned about 4 different jives. So here we go. 1, a 2, a back step. Now the girls are going to do the underarm turn bit. Watch this. She goes back, replace. She does this chassé here. Now rather than come back the other way, she turns to her right and chasses to the side. Now she goes back, rock the same as she would normally do, and then she goes back towards the boy, and then she turns towards him. So you go back, replace, chassé, under the arm, chassé, and back, replace, chassé, turning back to face him. Now the boys, you do this. You go back, replace, chassé, chasse. That's the first bit. She does the turn. Now she comes back. Back, it's marvellous, isn't it? But you must lift your arm up, otherwise you're going to garotta. Back, up she goes, little lead. Back she comes, up, and you catch her at the other end. There she is. Lovely jugglist. Thank you very much. Morning. All right, that's that bit. Now we're going to do the American spin. Boys, this is your step. I'm going to do it facing you. Boys, you go like this. Back, replace. Very tricky. 1 and 2. Back, rock. You're welcome. Ladies, you do the tricky bit, naturally. Back, replace, chasse. If I don't do the spin, it does this, chasse. This is without the spin. Chasse, chasse. Now I'm going to add the spin. Chasse, between the two chasses, I do the spin and I chasse out. I go back, replace, chasse, chasse, back, replace. Now, it's not Angelina Ballerina. I don't want 3 pirouettes. I just want half a turn and chasse at the end. So it doesn't have to be more than that. Chasse in, you can do half a turn and then chasse out. If you want to do more turn, you can spin all the way round. See how you feel. Now, boys, there's one thing you must do on this. You must give the lady the correct hand to do the American spin from. So I've normally got this hold, hand to hand, or I'm in this hold, normal sort of closed hold. But when she's going to do the American spin, or when you decide you want to lead the American spin, you go from this hold to shake hands hold. So right hand to right hand, as though you're shaking hands. Morning, how are you? Marvellous, fancy the American spin, don't mind if I do. You're going to do that, all right? So, as she comes towards you, go back, replace, you change the hand. She goes, hello, we're doing American spin. And then you put your palm up, like this. And this is for the resistance that you give her as she pushes off you to get herself round, all right? This doesn't mean you're going to shove her. There's no shoving. There's only bracing. We go back, replace, brace, ooh, out she comes, catch, chug, brace, ooh, she comes, back, chug, and then go, da-da, ay-ya, dee-da. All right? American spin. Cool, that was quick. Right. Now we're going to do, rumba. Let's keep doing the Latin. We did some rumba. Now we did the forward and back basics, we did New York, so we did a spot turn, and we did a cucaracha. We start to add, now the whole thing is like I call it a vocabulary of steps, learning the vocabulary, and then we can start to put the sentences together. Sounds a bit poncy, but I quite like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the very basic stuff. Natural opposite for the lady. The boy's going to go forward on his left foot. Lady's going to go backwards on the right foot. So I'll do ladies, actually, best side. And I go back, replace to the side, and forward, replace to the side. And back, replace to the side, and forward, replace to the side. Now we talk about forward replaces, which means I go forward, I leave that foot where it is, and then I come back to it. That's a replace, rather than a close your feet, and then back again. So I leave it where it is. Forward, replace, and I step to the side. So that's the girl steps. Boys, natural, opposite, back, replace to the side. Now we're going to do the New York. Now, we're facing each other like this. I'm the boy now. And I've got my right foot available. Ladies are facing the boys. You've got your left foot available. I've got my left foot available. You've got your right foot available. Do as I do, not as I say. Now we're going to step through into New York. Why is it called New York? Because it sounds nice. Weirdly, it's invented in New York, apparently. Who knew? And I'm going to step, rather than forward with my left foot, or backwards with my left foot, I'm going to step over there. So I'm no longer going to be facing her. I'm going to open into what we call promenade position. Niche from the ballroom dancers. In we go, forward, like that. And then I replace, and I step to the side. So the same principle, forward step, forward replace to the side. Go the other way. Forward, replace to the side. One more time. Forward, replace to the side, and forward, replace to the side. Very quickly, ladies, natural opposite. Forward, replace to the side, hip, forward, replace to the side, hip, forward, one up, and here. Now we're going to do the spot turn. We go forward as though we're doing in New York, but now we've let go. I turn, I face the other way, and I go back to where I've come from. So I step onto the right foot there. Again, step, step, and then step to the side. Boys, you do the same thing. We go over there, as they were doing in New York. It's called a spot turn because I return to the spot where I started. Over there, and I step to the side. But it's still 3 steps. It's not a swivel. It's one of these moments. I go over there, I go, oh yes, I remember, back over there, and step to the side. You can do the same thing, but as an underarm turn. So the lady does it, the boy, we finish the New York, we come to the side, I lift my arm, and I lead the lady through. She does exactly the same step. All I do differently is step backwards to the side. Now we're going to do a cucaracha. The first part of the cucaracha is a little dig, or a little tap. I go, tap. And then I go, side, replace, close. Ladies do exactly the same, facing with it. Side, replace, close. Now if you want to give it a bit of hip action, you can. You just do a bit of that. What's it old Craig talks about the figure of 8 action through the hips in salsa? Good luck with that, but you can do it in rumba. And 1, 2, 3, and round she goes. For the ladies, it goes, you're here after you've done your step, step, side, then you dig. There's your dig, or your tap. Then you go side, replace, together, side, replace, together, side, replace, together, side, replace, together, like that. Alright? Then you do 3 of those, and then you can do another spot turn. Actually, I'll just do that for you. So go 1, 2, for the ladies, dig. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. Now with the left foot, I go through there, back to face my partner, ready to start again. All right? Rumba. Crack that. We did. Now we did a little bit of quick step, didn't we? We added a fishtail onto everything else that we did. We had some questions as well one of the days. We did some lovely questions. Somebody asked me about a cross step in a left turn in the Viennese Waltz, which I thought was a lovely question, which we'll do in a moment. And somebody asked me about lock steps. There's a question about lock steps. I think that was this week, might have been last week. How do I do it without getting run over, going backwards for the lady? Much more difficult for the lady. So we'll just do that very quickly. Now the technique for a lock step, which is this, I'll just show you. For the boy, we go forward, forward, cross behind, forward. And for the ladies, you go back, back, cross in front, step backwards. Now, the rule. What's the rule? We talked about this the other day. The golden rule is when you move forwards, you cross behind. When you go backwards, you cross in front. Those is the rules. Those are the rules. That never changes. That's a constant, which is great because we need to find as many of those as we can. The other thing is you must do it on your toes. Vital. Those 2 things never change. Do it on your toes, and you do it crossing in front if you're going backwards, crossing behind if you're going forwards. So ladies, you go back, back, cross in front, step backwards, and boys, you go forward right, forward left, cross behind, step forward in the left foot. That's the lock step. Now we're going to do the fishtail. Now the fishtail goes straight out of that, step, cross, step. Straight out of that, we do forward the right foot, we cross behind with the left foot, we step forward the right foot, we step forward the left foot, we cross behind with the right foot, and we step forward the left foot, right in front of the hampers. So I'm going to do that again. Just the fishtail. Step, cross, step, step, cross, step. Not bad? One more time. Good fishtail. I'll do it over here. Can you see it better? As I hide in the helmet. Nice. Step. Ayam, ba, di, cross, step. Ladies, natural opposite. Shall I do it this way? Would that help? Would that be the best way to do it? So you go and step, cross, step, step, cross, step. Get the idea? I'll do it this way. Actually, I'm going to go backwards here. So I go step, cross, step, step, cross, step. That's ladies, that's fishtail. We spent a bit more time on this during the week, so have a look at that day's film, and we did it much slower. So that's the fishtail and the lock step. You get run over in lock step because you're flat, your feet are flat. You can't move them quickly enough, and the weight's in the wrong place. you must be on your toes. Step, cross, step. If you stay on your toes and cross in front as normal, much easier. You can do it at speed. Also, the man might just be pushing you. So partner, don't push your girl. Or leaders and followers. So whomever you're dancing with. Now, that's the quick step. The Viennese Waltz. Oh, they're bombing through. This is terrific. Viennese Waltz. We did this. A natural turn going to the right. Forward, side, together, back, side, together. Very simple. Just what we first ever learned. Remember what we learned to start with? And back, side, together. The box step here. Very simple with the right foot. Now we're just doing it, but we're moving across the floor. Back, side. We're just moving round the floor. Back, side, together. Remember that? And back, side, together. Very simple. Now going left, it's a little trickier. That's because, technical moment, that's because the lady is situated on the right side. Now, this is why we've got the tie on, see? Because the right hand side of the tie is where the lady stands. The left hand side of the tie is where my hanky sits. My bit, her bit. So I'm here and I'm here. Now, obviously, when I go to the left, it's a bit more difficult for the lady because she's over here, see? When I go to the right, it's sort of simple because I'm turning towards her. So I feel like she's always there. But when I go to the left, I feel like I could spin off her any second now. I could just sort of leave her and end up under my armpit, a bit like the Paso Doble. So it's a little bit more difficult going to the left, and because of that, we have to make one slight adjustment. So I'm going to show you the steps going. Well, they're both exactly the same. The boys and the girls are exactly the same, but I do the first bit and then she does the. Anyway, it will become clear. So I go like this. 6 steps. I go forward, side, and rather than close, I do cross on my toes. See? Then I go back, side, together. I'm going to do it across the room this way so you can see it. I go forward, side, cross, back, side, together. That's the left turn in the Viennese Waltz. The ladies, you go back, side, together, and then you do the forward, side, cross. But because I'm moving backwards, I cross in front. Although I start going backwards, as I start going forwards, I end up going backwards, which means I must cross in front. Complicated? I know. We spent more time on it earlier in the week. You can have a check of that. So I go, here we go, ready? For the ladies. I go forward, side, cross. Actually, this is the boys, together. The ladies start off going backwards, so they go back on the right side, together, forward, side, cross. Now we're going to do the fleckle. I don't know what to think about this the other day. After we did it, after the class, I thought about the class that we did, and I suddenly went to myself, we did the fleckle. I can't believe we did the fleckle. Why are we doing the fleckle? Because somebody asked me, I blame you entirely, somebody asked me to do the fleckle. So we're doing the fleckle. But again, it's one of those steps we can build up. You don't have to do it immediately, we can just sort of build it up. We've got time. We've got a lot of time. So it goes like this. So I'm going to start with the boy step. It's only 6 steps, repeating. It's very simple. So we go, remember my old teacher's little chant as we did it? You go with the right foot, you go in front, side, behind, to the side. I cross in front, I step to the side, I cross in front, I step to the side, I go behind, and I step to the side. So it goes in front, side, behind, to the side. Now the girls do the opposite, but yeah, I'll show you. So girls, you go side, behind, to the side, in front, side, in front. So you do the circle bit. Yeah, okay, you understand. Side, behind, to the side, in front, side, in front. 6 steps repeating. I was going to say very easy. It's not, it's quite difficult. But take your time. Take your time and build it up, and that's the one going to the right. We do exactly the same thing going to the left. Same step pattern as well. We just start on the other foot. Now, Viennese Waltz. Cracked that. Let's now do, what did we do yesterday? We did Argentine tango. It's a bit of our poll, didn't we? Did our poll. We came up that we wanted to do Argentine tango, and we did that. So let's have a go at that. Right, we started off with the salida. It was 8 steps. So boys, you're going to go backwards with your right foot. You go back, side, forward. Now remember as well, we spoke about the feet tracking under the body. So they're always brushing, coming side by side like this. That gives it that real tango, Argentine tango look, which makes it look different from the ballroom tango. Although there's a lot of similarities between the ballroom tango and the Argentine tango choreographically, essentially the styling is very much different. So boys, you're going to go. We're going to do this. Here I go. Back, side, forward, and 3, 4, close, 5. Step forward, left foot, 6, step to the side, 7, close your feet, 8. Now ladies, you go forward and the left for 1, 2 to the side, and 3 straight back. 4 straight back. 5, you do a cross. In front, oh yes. On your toes, definitely, for 5. 6, you go back on the right foot, to the side and the left foot, close your feet for 8. Alright, here we go. We go, and boys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ladies, you go. Left side, back, back, cross, back, side, together. Now, on step number 1, 2, 3, boys, you have to step outside partner. You remember the outside partner bit? Girl's feet are here. I step outside here. So I'm outside her right foot. So I do this. I go back, side. This step forward here on the right foot is outside partner. So I'm here, down the side of her. Then I go forward, close as she crosses. Then we go forward, side, together. Girls, you just carry on. You don't do any outside partner stuff. You just keep going because you're going backwards. But you do cross on step 5. Now, we added the little swivel bit on the end. And that comes from that lock step. So we're going to get to that lock step. I'll just do it this way. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Now for the boy, rather than close, you do sort of a half close because you're going to do a swivel. So what you do first is you do a slight turn to your left. And then you turn to your right. You turn here, you transfer weight onto your right foot, you turn on it, and you close your feet together. That's your job, man. Ladies have the complicated bit. They have the decoration, as they call it, in the Argentine tango world. So you girls have just gone 4, 5, here like this. Now, that little turn he does this way for you here allows you to unhook your foot, your right foot, and then you step forward on it, there. You then step to the side with your left foot, you step behind and across with your right foot, and then you step to the side with your left foot. Then we go into some swivels. Then you step forwards and then you swivel. Then you step forward and you swivel. You step forward and you swivel, and you step forward and you close. All right? Should we try that again? Boys, you go step, half close. You could cross if you wanted. If you're going to be really sort of fancy schmancy, you can just cross your feet because then it gives you a sort of a twisting action like this here. It's not necessary. And we then do a little turn to our left. The girl unhooks her foot. I then turn as she's doing those steps here around, and she's doing those steps around me as I close my feet, and here. Then she steps one more into the swivel. Then she swivels the other way. She swivels the other way, and then she swivels back in front to here. And then we can move off again with the left foot. Ladies, you do step, cross for 5. And then the boy turns here. Then he goes, you go forward, side, back to the side. Then you go forward swivel, forward swivel, forward swivel, forward swivel, manage your life, forward swivel, close. Then you go backwards on your right foot. Argentine tango. Oh, we ploughed through this. It's terrific. So, what else did we do? I think that was what we did all week. I think that's a good week, wasn't it? So, apologies about the delayed beginnings. Thank you very much. Now, next week, I really enjoyed the poll that we did, where you chose one of the 3 dances: Argentine tango, Charleston, or samba. And some of you chose the samba. It makes no sense to me. And we ended up with the Argentine. I enjoyed that. We might do another one of those next week, so you can choose what you fancy to do. But any more questions you want to ask, Actually, while we're here, let's see if there are any questions. Any questions you want to ask? Whose birthday is it? Someone's saying happy birthday to Kylie's. Oh, it is. It's your birthday tomorrow. My love, happy birthday. I hope you have the most wonderful day. And just think, we're in lockdown. You get a birthday in lockdown. And then when we're out of lockdown, all your pals can come round and you can have another birthday. It's like brilliant, you see? Every cloud. For Argentine, oh, Marion, a little question here. For Argentine tango, feet on the ground at all time? No, not really. When you're moving there's all that styling. You don't have to have your feet on the ground at all time. You have to slide around the floor. You're not it's not like that. And of course, with all the flicks here for the ladies, this stuff is going to be off the floor anyway. So you don't have to be in contact with the floor at all time. Kylie's, we'll definitely do some more tap next week. The other question I had before as well about straight knees. No, the knees are bent. So I always feel like, do you know that thing people used to do with people, certainly children, years ago when you're young, somebody comes up to you behind you and just nudges your knees in like this. It's really irritating, but in actual fact, it's a good position for the knees in certain ballroom dancing and Argentine tango. Your heels can come off the floor, but your knees just sort of stay bent. So I don't pop up, so I don't have straight, because I don't want to, I don't want to give it all that. Chopsticks for legs. I need knees. You see, I need the knees. So I need the knees to work properly. So yes, a bent knee. When you do the swivel part, this is from Saffron, my darling. When you do the swivel part, you're going to be on the balls of your feet. You rarely, as a lady dancer in tango, have your heels down. You do some heel leads when you're doing sort of walking variations, but a lot of the stuff you're doing on your balls because you're doing so many swivels. Everything's got a swivel about it, so you're going to give it plenty of that. Thank you very much, Deborah, loving the hips. And what else we got here? We've got, thank you for all of these, by the way. I absolutely love this. This is like my favourite thing. Oh, this is the earlier stuff. Always, right, this is where I wasn't on telly. Right, no, this is, I wasn't on there. You were just chatting amongst yourselves. Well, that's very kind of you. I love that. So thank you very much. Listen, thank you for another great week. I've loved it. Well done all. Monday, we'll start again. We'll not sure what we'll do yet. Might do a bit of Charleston on Monday. Let's have a little, I'll let you know over the weekend. Much love. Have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you at 3 o'clock for a few, all of that sort of stuff. And have a great Sunday. If not, I'll see you Monday morning. Stay safe, stay well. Hope the rain stops. Look after yourselves.